Recording in progress.
Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mohammed Hamza Nasser and welcome to yet another episode of Perceptive Learning Zone. In today's recent career counseling session, we are going to talk about an abstract topic that is abstract but is nonetheless of great moral and practical significance to us in everyday life, and that is the connection of education with ethics and the overlap between the two domains, right? This is a very important topic, I feel, to address in the contemporary society. In modern times, it is an obvious fact that people around the globe, they give topmost priority to education, right? You have different countries and societies which have different educational systems. This depends on their requirements, their resources, culture, religion, as well as social norms. Now, since the acquisition of a high quality education, along with professional skills and abilities, it normally paves the way for a bright future and a brilliant career. Therefore, obviously, everyone is immensely interested in it. In other words, people focus on education simply because it helps with career building. On the other hand, what many people seem to be neglecting nowadays is character building. Sometimes, sorry to say, some so-called educated people, right? They are reported to have committed various types of crimes and immoral acts. And despite being formally educated, um, they indulge in all sorts of nefarious activities like corruption, deception, usurpation, bribes, fraud, cheating, etc. So the question is that what might be the cause of this gross misconduct after all? Of course, there might be many reasons, but negligence in character building during student life cannot be ruled out as a list of contributing factors. First and foremost, we talk about the family background and environment. They deeply influence the character and the manners of a student. With a certain personal and psychological attitude ingrained in him by his family environment, a student gains an educational institution. A student joins an educational institution where he must socialize with others. If he is excellently brought up by his family, he behaves nicely towards others. But if there is something lacking in it, he may misbehave towards other students, and this will cause him to have a bad effect on their attitude. Now, many parents have observed, they must have observed that their kids indulge in certain bad habits after they have joined some institution. Additionally, every institution cannot be taken to task. There must be good institutions to ensure that students have a good character along with quality education. However, it is also an undeniable fact that sometimes a student is introduced to evils for the first time in his life in an institution. Therefore, it is the ultimate responsibility of parents to guide their kids from an early age on how to stay away from bad kids in the institution. Moreover, I feel like from experience that the curriculum is also going to play a vital role in character building. If you sow bad seeds, well, for sure, law of nature, what goes around comes around. So sowing bad seeds is going to produce bad fruits. Similarly, teaching immoral and unethical topics to students in the name of literature and language, that will obviously destroy their manners. On the contrary, in addition to technical topics, if the curriculum also contains topics such as love for and loyalty to Islam, honesty, sincerity, bravery, fulfillment of duty, patriotism, etc., it will hopefully help a student in developing good character in himself or herself. Now, another factor that might have a bad effect on the character of students is the misuse of mobile phones and social media. Now, no doubt, fellas, a mobile phone is a very useful device itself. If properly used, it can produce fruitful results. But the sad fact is, ladies and gentlemen, that a great number of students, they waste their time by misusing mobile phones and the internet. Watching indecent things, playing improper games on a mobile phone are only some of its many known and well-documented misuses, right? Of course, these goings on will distract students from the real purpose, that is the acquisition of education. Therefore, to avoid all of these risks, one should nip the evil in the bud and do what is best for his worldly life as well as the afterlife. And I feel there's another significant aspect when we talk about education and ethics, and that is the role of teachers. Because usually a student sees his teacher as a role model and tries to follow him or her. So besides professional skills, if a teacher embodies morality and dignity, um, this will hopefully have a very positive effect on students' manners. However, on the contrary, if the teacher is going to mistreat his or her students, this will have an ill effect on their character, besides bringing a bad name for the teaching profession. And how can such a teacher play any role in the character building of students? How can a drowning person rescue the other? How can a heedlessly sleeping person awaken the other, right? How can a person who is falling into the depths of decadence take the other person to the zenith of, or the heights of decorum? So the role of a teacher is of paramount importance, ladies and gentlemen, and this should always be taken very, very seriously. There is also a growing trend among students nowadays to go abroad for education. I went abroad myself. In a foreign country, there are high chances of a student indulging in immoral acts because there's usually no family member with him to keep an eye on him. Sometimes, the person is going to feel footloose, he's going to feel fancy free, and as a result, he's going to drown in the sea of sins due to the company of his new friends who come from a different society with different manners, norms, and traditions. So not only can his new friends destroy his character, but also sometimes his belief. I was reading a sad story of a student in Russia. A Muslim reported that he met a young man who seemed to be a Muslim boy by his facial features. And during the meetings, the boy said that he was previously a Muslim, but then became a non-Muslim. And he added that when I was a Muslim, the students of my college would repeatedly ask me questions about Islam, but I was unable to answer their queries because I was brought up in a non-Islamic culture and had no knowledge of Islam. And the student said that he was quite disappointed by this recurring issue. So he once asked his mother that, Mom, tell me what Islam is. And the mother replies, I do not know about Islam. So he said that he found his mother unable to explain to him anything about Islam. So he thought to himself, why should I follow the religion that neither me nor my mother know anything about? Therefore, he embraced the religion of his friends, right? So ethics, in a nutshell, as Potter Stewart once said, right, it is knowing the difference between what you have a right to do and what is right to do. Anyways, long story short, students as well as the parents, they should ponder over the situation from different perspectives before making any decision in this regard. The best way to improve the character and manners of students is to enlighten them about the impeccable manners of our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and to motivate them to follow those manners wholeheartedly and sincerely. He came into the world to rectify the character and matters of people by eradicating bad habits from them and inculcating in them the best manners. So through his sayings and deeds, he set a code of conduct and put it into practice in each and every walk of life. So even today, I feel the world may come out of the abyss of trials and tribulations and find peace, ease, and tranquility by finding his great teachings. Thank you very much and have a lovely day. Assalamu alaikum.